Take podcast with Brucey, Chuff and Lush.
How are we, gentlemen? We're back after lockdown. How are we, gents?
Fresh off a 3-day lockdown.
What a joke.
Did you relax?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was down south.
So, yeah. Did you guys have to abide by the restrictions down there because it was out of the Peel region?
Okay, so what happened
I heard
was
about this.
we've had this trip planned since the last lockdown because we were actually in lockdown last time down
Chops
south.
down south trips have caused lockdown.
Yeah, yeah, really testing us, really was. So we went down there Friday. Obviously, had Airbnb accommodation all
looking
big.
forward to it.
We weren't going to go. If he said that the Peel
Wait, did you
had
go
to,
down before he announced?
we literally left probably an hour after the announcement because that's when we were going.
Okay.
So we drove down at about 3 o'clock. By the time the dickhead actually came up.
Oh, that was frustrating.
Oh, how no, 1:30, no, 2:30. Came on at about.
Only time I listened to the
Apologise for
radio
you.
ever.
I know you've been waiting.
Yeah, I just had on 6PR. The only time I ever listened to the radio.
Yeah, to listen to
I was like, come on, weekend off.
Hurry up, yeah. So we went down. Traffic was pretty bad, to be honest. You could tell
Sounds
a lot
like
of people.
Everyone just decided.
Do it now before 6 o'clock.
It would usually take about 3 hours. Took close to 4.5.
Oh, that would frustrate.
And that's a lot to add on to a journey.
So, the long car ride.
Yeah,
How does the conversation go? Yeah,
definitely.
music.
Jess is big on music. She's
So
a little
do you
DJ.
talk the whole
Yeah,
way?
yeah. Obviously, topics come up, conversations, DMs.
I spy.
DMs.
Sorry, no, not DMs. Deep and meaningful. Yeah, DMs.
It's
Yeah,
DMs.
DMs.
That's what I knew it was.
DNMs.
DNMs. But no, she's a pleasant car ride or passenger, Jess. She's a bit anal with her music, but she's got good taste, so we let it fly.
So she controls. The
While I'm
music.
driving, yeah, definitely. But did we abide by lockdown rules? No comment, but yes and no.
Because the rules were,
No
they
comment,
did
yes
come
or
out
no.
and there was a bit of confusion that if you had been in Perth after April 17th, you had to go into quarantine even down there. So technically you weren't allowed to go to restaurants or
So this is
anything.
the dumb thing, right? He tells everyone, okay, as long as you're down there by midnight, you're okay, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So then everyone's just
So
gets in the
everyone
car.
literally just goes, well, fuck this. I don't want to be locked down. I've got a beach house down in Mark. I'm just going down. So literally Friday night, all day Saturday, completely everyone doing whatever the fuck they wanted. No one was wearing. Some people wore masks. Most people weren't because you didn't have to down there. And then all of a sudden, oh, you've got to go into lockdown. So what do you think people did?
Yeah.
No one went into lockdown. The only thing that fucked people up were the wineries and most of the restaurants after Saturday night decided not to open Sunday and Monday.
Yeah, so apparently they had lines out the front because people were trying to get in.
Yeah, it was a joke. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and it was the biggest. Like, how stupid have you got to be to not just say if you leave for the Peel region now, you still have to lock down if you come from
No,
Perth.
well, I agree. Because
then that would've-
Southwest is so close, and they know there's so many people with holiday homes that live in the city, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's the natural thing you're going to do? You're going to drive down to there. I mean, it's a 3 or 4 hour trip. He announced it middle of the afternoon. You just go,
Well,
all right,
the
we'd
dumb-
already planned because it was a long weekend. Let's go down now.
Absolutely.
And so if you just say, I mean, why they don't include the Southwest region with the Peel region, like just say Southwest, because they know that's where they're going, right? Ignore the Northwest, whatever crap, because no one's going there. I mean,
no one's
barely.
driving there.
Driving
Shout out
there.
to all the Geraldton listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's that area is the hotspot especially for the Golden Triangle, right? They all have houses down there. So they're all going to leave. Like they have to leave their beautiful homes in Dalkeith and go to their
Caves.
even
man.
better homes in fucking Eagle Bay.
I tell you what, there are some fucking pads down there. If you go to certain parts, there are some monster
It's
houses.
my favourite spot.
It's great.
If I had a house there, I fucking be there all the time. But
It's great.
we're in lockdown. Just include that area in there.
Well, this is the thing, right? And most people have had, it's a long weekend, so people are going away anyway. So to me, that only fucked the hospitality industry down there because they were like, well, do we open, do we not
Unsafe,
open?
yeah.
The ones that took the punt and open were full.
Yeah.
Like, they were busy. People were wearing masks in there. That was fine, but they were
Why would
busy.
you decide not to open?
So why
because-
just not get a fine.
Yeah, in case they ran the gauntlet and that. But look, at the end of the
Make
day,
enough money to cover the fine anyway.
nah,
and then
nah,
fines.
it's a big fine. At the end of the day, all people were doing, and we fucking saw it ourselves. People were going, as they're going into places. Oh, are you from the Perth? No, we've been down here for a week.
Okay, come
Okay, come in. That was all people were doing.
Yeah.
And like we even went to a couple more isolated places and they were fucking even more packed because like coffee shops right on the beach like Surface Point where they do the Billabong Pro and all that down there, Margaret Masters. That
don't
we
know.
went there on Monday morning for breakfast and it was fucking rand. White elephant, great spot. Sat there, had a coffee, watched the thing.
I know
But
you even resorted to just parking the car near the beach and sitting in the car.
a lot of people were doing that, but it's
Great
just
spot, great view.
If you're going to do it anyway, you might as well do it there.
yeah, it was so stupid to do that on Saturday night after everyone had not only spent, they'd probably spent close to 24 hours out anyway down there. Then go, oh, you got to go into ISO.
Nah,
You know what? Everyone just went, fuck you.
They kind of
It's just stupid.
They balls that part up. I mean, if you're going to be realistic, does a 3 or 4 hour drive phase you? If it's to a
Jesus
bless you, Damon.
Christ, Damon.
You couldn't keep that.
I can't suppress sneezes.
No,
No.
not suppress. Turn the
You
volume.
just nearly blew my door down.
It's all right.
My plant has now got mucus all over it.
Mucus.
Mucus. No, but it was just so dumb.
Sorry.
Like,
No,
so dumb.
so-
I felt sorry for everyone that was stuck in Perth
Yeah, but
and
like,
actually had to lock down and couldn't fucking go. It was fucking dumb.
If you like a 3 or 4 hour drive, doesn't phase me. Like if I had to, I had to drive to a holiday home, spur of the moment.
Yeah.
3 or 4 hour drive's not going to phase me. So they have to include that area in
It was a weird one.
the lockdown.
It was a
that's-
very weird one.
and especially when they know, like I mean, it's dumb. Like they know that's where all the people are heading.
And I guarantee more people than what were already going down there just decided to pack up the kids and go down there. There were people looking for accommodation while we were down there. You could fucking tell.
Just
The
get your
city
ass
was
there, work it out when
packed.
you get there.
Margaret River was fucking packed on Saturday. And then he announced it like at about 4 or 5. Oh, you got to go into lockdown. Fucking nobody did it.
Can you let us know
Nobody did it.
in advance when you're booking your next down south trip?
I tell you what, I'm not going down.
Damon wants
You
to
reckon
book
I'm a
ahead.
bush?
It'd be fine if you go down with a group of us and we get a big house. It wouldn't make one. You just wouldn't go to the wineries and that. But when we're doing a couple, like we had stuff booked that one of the places cancelled because they just said they weren't going to open. So
Like
that
a
was like
restaurant?
fuck. Yeah, like one of the wineries. And then we went to one, and I think they were a bit more stricter on like letting people in. And there was literally 20 people in there, so no atmosphere. It's just like fuck. Well,
Yeah.
what do we come? So yeah, it kind of ruined the weekend again.
Yeah.
For fucking what reason, I'm not sure. Considering, look, undoubtedly we're going to have a few more community transmissions from this. You got to think,
Well, they haven't so far. They've
We've-
had one. That's it.
isn't it two? Two?
No, 2 when you include the person that's in the house with the guy.
Yeah. So 2. My question for you guys: why do you think it's not spreading as fast here in WA compared to the other states and other places in the world? Because
urban sprawl.
The Fremantle doctor.
like it's weird.
When that sea breeze
You
comes
would-
in, it just takes it all
like-
away.
I'm dead set believe that the first lockdown we had, the guy was a false. What's it? A false positive?
False positive.
False positive. How the fuck he went halfway across the state, did every place known to man.
yeah.
Not a
Three other
single
people.
fucking person got it, and he was meant to have the more contagious one. How?
Yeah.
I know we're more cleaner here in Perth. I get it. We may
Nah,
know
we're
I'm
not
more
that
hygienic.
clean. We're not that
I think
clean.
what's come out with the virus is that the likelihood of you could what's the word? Infecting is through breathing and the oxygen and it's the air, right? It's not necessarily the touch or anything like that. I think it's been proven that if you're in the vicinity of someone like we are,
Yeah,
if you've got it, talking,
you're more
All
likely
that-
to spit.
that's how you're gonna
someone,
get it, right?
Yeah.
After that sneeze, you're
Yeah.
both going to get
Yeah.
it for sure.
so, look, I think maybe the guy we were just lucky that he obviously wasn't close to anyone other than the person that he was staying with here.
I know
Yeah, but
he-
even his 3 roommates didn't get it.
I know he came
No, that
from
guy.
Sha-
I mean, I agree with you. That's probably a false positive.
That was fucking
but
bullshit.
this one now, like they've had,
and they'll
they had-
never tell you.
They had 3 positive.
How could you lock down the whole
Yeah,
state?
you
They're
don't
saying
know
just from this weekend alone, sorry for interrupting, it's going to cost the economy 70 million. Can you imagine that whole week probably cost the economy a couple $100 million?
Yeah.
So this guy came from Shanghai. Was he Chinese?
No, you got that wrong. This is how dumb the government is as well. The guy who had it, who went over to Victoria,
Yeah.
flew to India for a wedding in December, got back in, did quarantine and everything properly, got found to have wasn't positive, did a check on day 12, went out into the public for 5 days, got back to Victoria, had to have
No,
another
it
test.
said that he came from Shanghai.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like he was in India, flew to Shanghai, then came back in. But he was in India for a wedding. This is what the whole argument's been about India. Why the fuck are the government letting
So
people
he went
travel
to India for a wedding.
for a wedding? How the fuck did he? What? Okay, if you want to go to the wedding. You're not getting back in the country unless it's for severe
No,
medical
look,
reasons. Why are
if
they
he's-
letting
if
people
he's
go
a
there?
Citizen.
And you do the quarantine properly.
All right.
Like that. You
Oh,
can't-
what I don't understand is
Yeah, but bro, there are
what I-
people that still can't get in the country from other places.
No, what? But what I don't.
How's this cunt gone and come back 4 months later?
What I don't understand is, so he does 12 days,
Yep,
and then they do a test,
yep.
right?
Negative.
No, because he tested positive.
No,
Not on the 12th day.
not on the 12th day. He was negative. That's why he got allowed out in Perth.
All right, but then how did he get the positive one?
He went to Victoria and then
got
he
a
had to,
positive
and
test
got a
there.
positive when he was getting off the plane in Victoria, and then isolated. And now he's in hotel quarantine over
I
there.
feel that's a bit unlucky because he's isolated for 12 days, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
He tests negative, and they don't release him until they get the negative result back,
Yep,
right? Then they let him out. So obviously he's waiting until he's traveling back.
yep.
But
Yeah,
then
I-
someone said something about he was staying on the same floor as a case that had come in from the UK or something like that.
No. So he gave that.
So I know nothing.
So now 2 people got it in quarantine. There's 4 people on this. The problem is, right, he came over on this flight. They're now saying there's 79 passengers which are in quarantine from that guy's flight. That 4 people have already come back with a positive test for corona. So they think that this flight in the next couple of days is going to be more people from this flight that get it.
Just lock him in.
So they're in hotel. Problem
Put 'em on
is,
Rottnest.
they're in the fucking Mercure one where they reckon it went
Why
airborne.
quarantine everyone in the CBD?
This is the issue.
Put
This
them on a
is,
fucking Rottnest Island.
No, no,
Clear
no.
Rottnest for a couple months.
here's the
and-
thing, mate. This is
Surely
how you,
we've got some fucking...
No, we do. Christmas Island.
Some dongers.
Yeah, some
Right.
dongers.
Put
them
them
in
out
Murrin
somewhere.
or up in
So what they're now arguing, the
Get them on the
states
bus, drive
is
them
why-
out.
Fremantle prison.
Yeah,
That's still.
no. What they're now arguing now, because in Darwin, I think it's Darwin. They're doing this at an air base, so everyone's flying in. They're quarantined. They've got the dongers set up and
Yeah.
everything. And they're staying out of the city. They're not allowed to go near.
Perfect.
The thing is, what the state government just said, and I'm agreeing with the federal, but I'm also agreeing with the state here. They've got Christmas Island, which is offshore.
Yeah, but that
There
doesn't
has-
happen until December.
No,
So.
no, yeah. Fuck off, Dave. You're a dickhead. They got Christmas Island, which is a detention
It's only
center, which
open one day.
which has a hospital on it as well. So it's got a hospital on there. From the press conference I watched this morning, that McGowan goes, "Why the fuck can't we start just sending all these international people to Christmas Island, offshore, no hotel quarantine anymore? It's offshore, but they won't do it
Why though?
because
It's a federal jurisdiction.
yeah,
It's,
because the federal government isn't controlling quarantine. This is the issue. The states
state
want to control their own quarantine, but then when they fuck it up, they want to blame the federal government. But the federal government go, if we're going to do quarantine, we want to control the borders. So
Yeah.
you can't shut the fucking borders if we're doing quarantine.
No, that's fair.
That's
I agree
what
with the federal there.
this is what the push and shove. The state government, like McGowan, this is what the thing that shits me about him. All high and mighty when things are going good. As soon as it goes bad, it's the federal government's fault. No, you're controlling quarantine right now. It's a state-run quarantine program. You fucked it up. They told you to get out of the Mercure Hotel, which has come out. They've said the Mercure Hotel's not adequate in terms of ventilation and that. They didn't want to move them. They're now copped it in the ass in the fact that it's gone airborne within the Mercure Hotel. And this is where the issues come. And the guy's got the positive and gone out. What they need to do is get everyone out of the Mercure because it's been told it's not a good hotel for it. Move them to another hotel.
Well, I don't think the hotel's in full stopper, but I think I agree with you. Like they should be in a in an enclosed area,
Isolated. more.
isolated. I mean, if you add it all up and what the cost of these hotels, surely a donger.
But then you got to provide food because there's no Uber Eats or
Yeah,
anything
but
like that. But you
do you know
probably save
apparently
money
they've
than
been-
staying at
yeah,
the
but this-
Western or the
Bulk
Mercure.
fucking feed them, mate. Actually, you know what? Pump money into the business to get a catering company to cater for these things.
It's fucking bad. Why the fuck now? You know, because you can't keep locking the state down. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Oh, it's being effective, yada, yada, yada. You are wiping out entire industries. The hospo industry will go. You're going to see places like the fucking Camfield, who I know quite well, they're laying people off now. Officially laying people off, not going to rehire. Venues won't recover. You're talking about one venue hires 300 people. You know, you can't, and that's one industry. I'm sure there's plenty of other industries which are struggling.
I agree with that. I don't mean.
You can't just lock us down anymore. I'm sorry.
Hopefully, we don't have the lockdowns anymore. I mean, now that hopefully they can get on top of this vaccination program and do all that.
That's another thing. Why the fuck are they not rolling it out faster? They're doing only like a couple hundred a day.
Do they have the product?
Yes, they got the product. It's because this other vaccine that has the blood clots, I think that's the AstraZeneca one. Then now everyone's shit scared and doesn't want to fucking get it. It was like 1 in a million got blood clots. 1 in a fucking million.
Looking at the size of Damon's legs right now, chances are. I didn't notice how big your legs are.
What do you mean you didn't notice how big my legs
He's
are?
got big hammies.
Anyway, but no, like
noticed.
if we get the vaccination program rolled out and upwards of 50% of the population is vaccinated, I don't think we're going to have a lockdown after that.
You can't. You just can't
No,
do
but
it.
I don't think like it will be necessary.
And you know
Especially
what?
when it's one case and
Like,
But,
okay.
I mean,
yeah.
hypothetically, let's just say they announced that thing on Friday. They said they're not going to do a lockdown. Everyone goes out normal. It comes out to Tuesday. We now got 15 cases. Would you then go, well, we should have locked down on the weekend?
No, because it did nothing. Like, I was...
No, I just said hypothetically.
Oh, hypothetically. No, absolutely not.
So even if
Because
it was
if-
clearly shown it was being transmitted through the community,
I think you've got to
you don't want to lock down for 3 days.
No, I think you've got to start to learn to live with this because even if with the vaccine,
Yeah,
it
but that's
is
easy
not
to
going
say,
away. It's
but-
not going away.
But it's been shown it can kill people.
Let me there's plenty other things that can kill people.
Panadol can kill people.
Panadol, drinking too much water.
But it's okay. You can say other things can kill people.
Yeah.
But it's if you can stop someone from dying just through the transmission of the virus, then you should do what you can to stop that.
I'm all for, and I agree with that. That's a fair point. My thing is, you look at the states in the US, and everyone says the US is bad, yada yada.
Look at their death rates.
But at the end of the day, there comes a time where, yes, you have to roll out the vaccine. If you don't feel comfortable being out in public, wear a fucking mask. Do the right things. Everyone wearing a mask seems to bring down the infection rate. I think that's one thing we can do to learn with this. Wear masks. Just make it mandatory for 6 months to wear masks. I got no fucking issue with that. But continually locking us down for 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 cases and destroying people's livelihoods, you can't keep fucking doing. I just don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm a small business. I've got an advertising agency. Lucky we're doing well because we focus on digital in that aspect. Things are going good, but all it takes is
Steve's fucking doing well,
Steve.
isn't he?
He's got look at not the best month this month, but we had a monster last month. All it fucking takes is a couple of clients to pull the pin because their industries aren't doing good in COVID, and it's snowball effects.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I mean, I don't want to see a lockdown, but I'd much rather a lockdown for 3 days than we let it get out of control.
And it was 3 days where there was a
which
Monday
has been
off.
shown to happen across the world.
What do you? My view on this is why he wanted to lock down is the hospitals here right now are fucked. There's ramping. There's all this shit. He knows if there's a big
Why are the hospitals fucked right
because they're doing ramping, so emergency rooms are fully packed. There's quite a few
wants to know
hospitals.
what ramping is.
So ramping's when ambulance rocks up and they have no bed, so they can't basically leave. They have to sit there with the patient in the ambulance on treating it.
in the ramp.
So they can't leave until the bed
why are
opens
they
up.
so full?
I don't know. They're just full. The emergency rooms are severely struggling. That's why the little kid died in Charlie
Yeah,
Garden.
is it that because
Doctor
they're
shortage,
under-resourced,
under resources, understaffed. Yep. the reason
that's I get that. That's probably why you should have a lockdown.
Yeah, but like, hey, we're about to have a $4 billion surplus. What the fuck are you doing with that money?
No.
Yeah, we are. They've announced it.
No. Why would any government at this point in time, knowing where the economy has come from March, be in a surplus?
Have you not heard
nobody's
this?
that stupid.
WA economy is going to be, as of June 5th, will be in a $4 billion surplus
we'll
because
spend
of
that
iron
fucking
ore.
money then.
That's what I'm saying, mate. He's not doing that. All he's been focusing on is winning the election, lockdown, we're doing really good with Corona. But if we had an outbreak, our hospital system's probably not adequate to
Come
keep
on,
that.
man.
That's why he's locking us
You
down.
gotta, like, seriously, there's no reason for any government in the world right now to be in a surplus. That's stupid.
I've just heard what I've been...
You know what I'm talking about, Damon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Surplus.
No,
So-
but like, I mean...
But that's what they are. They're announcing it.
100% be in a deficit. It's
Yeah.
just black
Spending
and white.
money.
Need to spend money, pump money into the economy, pump
Money
money
into
into
hospital
infrastructure,
industry. They're
all
asking
that
for
stuff. They need
payouts.
to get, they need to upgrade our hospital systems or use it as the opportunity, especially WA. We've been fortunate enough, resources in the commodity, I wouldn't call it a boom, but we're in a strong economic cycle at this point in time. But
Yeah, absolutely.
and it's, I think they forecasted should continue. So they should just be pumping money into the doing any projects that are going to give people employment opportunities, anything like that. If you're building infrastructure, anything like that in terms of hospitals, you're going to add jobs. You're going to add, all this feeds into sort of consumer discretionary spend.
Yeah, 100%. And this is what the hospital industry is complaining about: is the handouts are next to nothing. Liam, who I know from Boomtick quite well, runs a couple of venues. He's still waiting on the handout from the first lockdown in January, February, which is fucking pathetic. And you're talking about them paying, we'll pay your electricity bill. We'll give you an electricity thing. And they still haven't passed it on. I mean, what are they doing? What are they doing?
Well, I imagine it's an understaffed department and they've got hundreds of thousands of applications for that stuff.
You got to pump it out, mate. Too many
employ
people are
more
suffering.
I agree.
Okay.
But, I still would rather be safe. That's like at the end of it.
I loved the lockdown on the weekend.
So this was your first one. Did you actually work?
Nope. I was supposed to work Monday. The only reason why I didn't work is because there was no power.
Can you explain to us?
Saturday.
Can you
So
explain
what's
to
even
us
lockdown?
why it had such a positive impact on your weekend?
So I had a jam-packed, event-filled weekend.
Talk us through
Talk
the
us
events.
through it.
Start with the Friday night.
Friday night
Friday.
we had dinner.
Because we had dinner on Thursday night. We did the dining in the dark.
Yeah, okay.
And
So Friday night, what was dinner?
Can we go back to dining in the dark afterwards, though?
I was
Because I've got a couple of things to say about that. Friday night, I was supposed to go to dinner at Nobu. Right.
Oh,
I'm not a fan of Nobu.
I
But
understand, mate.
like
You
I said
the
before, I
experience.
like going with them. But then, like, it was rushed, get home from work, get changed, go.
Yeah, okay.
And that was at 6 o'clock dinner.
What was the event?
Hannah's sister, my sister-in-law's birthday.
yeah, okay.
All right, so it was all right for that. It was like, all right, sweet, we're going to
But they ended up still going, right?
I'm not sure. I think just because their booking was 6 o'clock or something.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. But I was like, I'm not going to mask, and it was
No,
rushed.
no.
So canned it.
cool.
And then it was work Saturday, and then I had an appointment straight after that, and then I was supposed to go to the movies to see, I can't remember what, but I hate going to the movies.
why?
I hate going to the
I
movies.
fucking love it.
I don't care what movie it is to see. I'd rather watch it at home.
Why?
Because I can't sit still. Even now,
the
sitting
chairs
in
are
this
comfy.
they're too comfy. Because if I either fall asleep in the first 7 minutes, I've missed so many movies. I remember when we went 3D and had the glasses on. It was beautiful. Hannah had no idea I was asleep. From before Alice in the Wonderland movie, Through the Looking Glass.
So
Oh,
when, after
fuck.
the movie, when she said, "What did you think?"
I told her, so I was out the whole time. Not a thing.
Not a
I
thing.
remember when I saw Get Hard with Mason, one of the best sleeps I've ever had. From that start, we both clocked a thing of popcorn and then just snoring. Out cold.
So you actual snore.
No, I don't know. I was asleep. But like out.
Are you upright? If you're sitting upright, definitely snoring.
I don't know. I'm not a snorer, I don't think. I've never been told I'm a snorer.
Adam would tell you if you were a snorer, she would tell you.
And then we're supposed to go to the beach first thing Sunday morning, real early. And then there was a dinner.
Why?
And I don't know, just
Just to feel like you accomplished.
Hannah was very bad at saying no to people. And
Oh,
people,
so someone had suggested going to
yeah,
the
yeah.
beach
It was
in the
like
morning.
a group activity.
Oh.
And then it was like
Group activity.
an afternoon catch up.
You never
into
commit
dinner.
to anything before 9 o'clock and after 5.
I agree.
Like, you leave that open.
I agree. And then we had Monday, another lunch plan, just
On a
shit
Sunday, by the way. Yeah.
It just shit on all weekend. And then
Yeah.
I heard it was closing and I was like, yes. I was like, all right, we'll get through tonight dinner at Nobu. We'll get through that. It'll be fine to get home. Nobu's cancelled. I was like, Saturday morning, I wake up to a message from my uncle who I work for. You're not coming in, are you? I was like, well, I was going to. He's like, there's no power, don't bother. I was like, whole weekend, mate, nothing on. My house is pristine. I went through my cupboard, drawers, the garage,
You
decluttered.
did something.
Productive.
Constructive.
Very
But
productive.
okay, so I'm sure Hannah was excited about the
Absolutely.
weekend. When the news came through that you couldn't do these activities,
She was equally as excited as I was, I reckon.
what do you mean? She actually
She's more than happy to stay at home and do stuff.
so
and
she
do
was
nothing.
pumped.
Yeah. She's more than happy to do that. It's just that so many people want to catch up and she just finds it hard to say no.
Yeah. So she didn't have a disappointment.
Fuck, that was
And you didn't have to hide that you were happy.
Oh, no, not at all.
That
I
was
came
so-
in skipping. I literally
Yeah.
came in dancing and skipping. Like when she walked in, I was like, oh, get comfortable.
that was so funny on Thursday night when he was running through, and Hannah goes, "No, we got dinner." What do you mean we got dinner tomorrow night? No, we got dinner at Nobu on Friday night. And he's like, do I have to go? She's like, yes, you have to come. He's like, they would come for you. And he's like, oh my fucking God, every night.
I just like
Every night.
every night there's something on. I get home, I have a shower, we go out, I get home, it's 10 o'clock, I get to bed, like go to work. It's just every fucking night.
And it was so funny. And then when I heard this lockdown, I think I spoke to you. I just said, how happy you or some shit. He was like, bro.
Oh, that's what I said. I was listening on the radio because I was doing deliveries and it was 1:30 and I was like, postponed till 2 o'clock. I was like, this cunt. Like, come on, 2 o'clock, it's postponed to 2:15. I was like,
Just kept delaying
I was
it.
just going to drive to Parliament House. I was just going, get a move on.
Sitting there with your reporter thing.
Yeah, like, hurry up, mate. And then it finally came through. I was like, oh. And my hand, I was like, oh. At first, I was like, oh, no. We can't do it. She's like, yeah,
How sad.
yeah.
How sad. How
So
sad.
Thursday night, we went to dinner in the dark, right? At the George in the city. Cool concept and all that. And I was under the impression that all the lights would be off. There'd be a small candle in front of you, whatever. Not enough to see the person next to you, but enough to see your food.
Right.
Maybe something like that. That's what I kind of had in mind. It was dim in there, like it's on at the George.
Yeah.
So they still had the lights from St George's Terrace coming in and all that. And then they gave you face masks, eye masks. You
Yeah.
had to put eye masks on,
Proper eye mask.
like pitch black eye masks,
Yeah.
and then eat with eye masks on. I was like,
That's in the dark, man.
I know, but I didn't think it was that dark. Right? I thought you'd be able to see your food.
It was fucking. Not only was it overpriced
Yeah.
for what we got, which was entree, main, and some bullshit dessert you could have bought for $1.50. It was $100 a head. And I agree with Damon. I was expecting it to be pitch black. Now, it was nice to catch up with Joe, BJ,
It was
Alec
good, that
Hatters.
part,
It was
but
good.
then we weren't even on the same table.
And
which
that was weird as
unfortunate.
well.
So okay, so when you were eating, was it hard to get?
Mate,
Abso-fucking-lutely.
So there was a host, okay? There was like a host of this little Asian guy. Right? We're all sitting there and he goes, all right, the first entree, I recommend you can use your fork and knife or you can use your hands. For the entree, I recommend using your hands.
Yeah, so me and him
Beautiful,
had...
nice.
Yeah, go.
Food comes, I go, waitress comes up, excuse me, sir, your food's in front of you. All right, beautiful. Put my hand on my plate, straight into a fucking pile of sauce.
Yeah. Damon goes, are you
was like,
serious?
mate, this is-
And I was like, I've got the same thing as him. So I peek and I was like, why would he tell us it's literally is pork belly, and there was sauce all over the plate. So you're grabbing it, you're just grabbing a fucking finger sauce as well.
I was like-
so dumb. So dumb.
All right, whatever. I like to do that. And then, like, if you had to order a drink or something, you had to raise your hand, and then the waitress would come up, yes, sir. And I'd be like, oh, can I get a Coke Zero? And I'm like, oh, does anyone want anything? And I was like, wait. I was like, are you still there?
He was
And I
gone.
was like, oh, don't worry, she's gone. And like, I didn't know. Like, it was just kind of weird.
Next minute, sir, you Coke. And you're like, oh, where the fuck is it?
He's like, just move your right hand forward. I was like, oh, it's right there.
What
I was
if
like,
you knock it?
I go, nice
Yeah,
shot.
well-
And Chop's like, well, he can see. I was like, oh, yeah. I just had it in my head for a bit. Everyone was blind. Like,
Did you get dirty?
Nah. The dumbest thing was also eating the mains, right? Because I had the meat, so it was a beef cheek. So it was nice. Nothing wrong with the food, but your fork, you're scooping down. You don't know what the fuck you're gonna get on your fork, and then half the time
Empty
when you
forks.
so
Mate.
you were missing
You
it.
feel like you're holding, and then like it's light.
Because they had mash as well at the bottom of mine. I had the chicken one. And like I thought I was scooping mash and then put just empty fork in my mouth. I was like,
It was
this is fucking ridiculous.
So
man.
fucking stupid. So stupid. So
I
stupid.
like the concept's cool. I just, the eye mask.
No, it could
I
have
would
been
have liked, like I said, pitch black room, little candle just so you can see the food. But then it was meant to
The
be.
whole point is you don't say the food,
I know.
you taste
I
buds.
didn't,
But it just should have been done way better, and it should have been way cheaper.
well, I get the costs for it and stuff like that. And they got
But-
to cover it.
It's a novelty.
But
So,
yeah,
never again.
I
Anyway,
didn't like it.
well let's progress, gents. Let's progress. We did something last week, and we absolutely fucking love doing it. We hope you guys love listening to it, and it was our, what will we call it? Our
Rated off the charts.
Bracket.
our bracket system, our Sweet 16 bracket system.
we do have to post this stuff on Instagram.
We're going to start posting it so you can see exactly what we're doing. But Damon's going to introduce what we're doing this
So
week.
last week was sports movies,
Yep.
and it was broken up into four
Well, we
categories.
feel like you got them majority right,
All right, I missed out a few. There was some.
but you had reason and logic behind it.
Yeah, it was very hard to fit in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
A lot of effort went into this week's one. All right, because last week was my own point of what's the word I'm looking for? My opinion. How,
Yeah, it was
how I
your
graded
ranking
one,
system.
right?
All right.
So what I did
So
here,
it's already inherently biased.
yes. So I went through some lists.
Okay.
I didn't want to just do one, I did a few different lists. And there was top 50 lists, top 100 lists. And I went through, and obviously you can't do every movie because we don't like them all. So I went through and picked the highest rated ones that we've all
know.
seen, we know. And then I went back them on to IMDb, where they're rated IMDb. If they weren't rated in the top 150 on there, I went through other lists. It was a lot of work anyway.
Okay.
A lot.
We appreciate that.
So,
Here we go.
number
We
one.
need an intro.
Wait. What
We need
what,
an
what, are we,
intro.
what are we doing?
Oh, comedy movies.
Comedy
No,
mo-
we need an intro song for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Brackets.
Fucking hell. Look, production's pretty cheap here at any given take.
costs, so like, share, subscribe, tell your friends.
Fucking hell. We're in trouble.
Clip that, Chuck. Will you?
Yeah. he can't do it every week. We're going to clip it and play it.
I don't remember the words.
Brackets.
No, don't ruin it.
Come on, man. It's my thing. All right. Number one ranked. Again, this isn't me. This is by IMDb.
Are you
So
gonna-
how are we going to do it? How are we going to do
Are you going
it?
to tell us the ranks?
yeah,
And then
yeah, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to 16.
Okay.
All right. Number 1, Dumb and Dumber versus number 32, Austin Powers. Start with Bruce, and we're going to go around so everyone has a different chance
All
of
right.
going.
Okay. So
Bruce?
it starts with me. Dumb and Dumber versus Austin Powers.
Are we talking
Yeah, all
just-
three Austin Powers together as a whole.
Dude, that's ranked 32.
Not that it was the lowest ranked out of.
Fuck. This is a hard one.
That's amazing.
Austin Powers.
How hard is it?
Awesome. They are. Fuck it, I'm going the upset. Austin Powers.
Wow. This is so tough because if that's 32, what the fuck are the rest of
They're all
going to be?
good.
Jesus. I'm going Dumb and Dumber.
It's on day one.
I'd have to.
Could we see the one seed get knocked out in the first fucking round?
This is the Cinderella story.
I think I'm going to have to go Austin Powers.
Wow. What? Wow.
Only because, like,
How?
for me, Dumb and Dumber has, like.
No, it's a great movie.
It's a
but
great movie.
Do you know what? Do you know what
Powers,
made
the
Dumb
all
and Dumber
three of
so
them.
good? Is it was a norm. It was like just a normal movie
But they were idiots.
about idiot, and they weren't even trying to be idiots. They were just fucking them, and then they ruined it with Dumber 2.
Yeah, but like, so Austin Powers, the three are actually fucking good movies.
That's
Yeah.
why. The Fat
comedy
Bastard,
movies.
that character, meaning the characters.
probably one of the rare movies where the sequel was just as good.
Yeah, all three of them.
All three were good.
They might even.
Even
go
with
reverse
Beyonce,
order.
is it because Beyonce was in the
Fuck.
fucking film?
Maybe.
The number 32 progresses.
Wow.
That's fucking huge.
All right.
Number 2, Anchorman versus number 31, Ted Chop.
It's tough, but
It's
I feel
Anchorman.
like- yeah.
You know what? Anchorman never did anything for me.
Wow.
Controversial. I know.
Wow.
I'm going Ted.
See, Ted was really funny.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed it. I did feel like the ending was a bit
Yeah,
shit.
Ted 2 sucked, but Anchorman 2 sucked.
Anchorman 2 was horrible.
for me.
Anchorman progresses.
That's another real fucking
These are going
tough
to be
one,
tough
man.
matchups.
This is
Mate,
gonna
they're
be-
all good movies on here.
There's going to be some fights by the end of this.
Number 3, Beverly Hills Cop
Damon.
versus number 30, Tropic Thunder.
Oh.
I'm going Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, I'd say Beverly Hills Cop.
Wow, I was going to go Tropic Thunder.
It's a good movie, but
Beverly Hills Cop's more of a...
Well,
but
one, two,
hang
and
on,
three.
hang on. Beverly Hills Cop a comedy?
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
A buddy comedy?
kidding?
Yeah, I know, but like, fuck me. It's
What do you
pretty...
mean? What do you think it
Beverly Hills Cop's pretty fucking serious as well. He's a cop.
Yeah, but it's
No,
not.
it's
It's,
fucking-
a comedy,
So
bro.
is Ted. He's a teddy bear that gets kidnapped.
Yeah, but that's funny.
It's funny in fucking Beverly Hills Cop.
I just fucking didn't...
Dude,
Great, one of the greatest theme songs
I
ever.
had that as my ringtone.
I think every cunt
Oh, yeah,
did.
didn't we all? The frog.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4, Superbad. This is to you, Roos. Start. Number 4, Superbad. Number 29, Talladega Nights. The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Fuck, I really love Talladega Nights. I'm going
Yeah?
them.
Nah.
Yeah.
Superbad has so many memories
I
for
know,
me.
but it's-
and
I
the,
love
on the floor of the
Talladega.
night after Park Life at Loose Cinema.
yeah.
That was
20 of us, maybe?
Yeah, on the front, and we were having fucking fights at the start. It was
And
so
then
funny.
Just losing it.
Yeah.
Stoned to the
So you,
gills.
Damon, voted Superbad.
Oh, Superbad.
Super bad.
Drop.
Wins that.
Number 5, Hangover. Number 28, Mrs. Doubtfire.
28 is a
Just so many child. That was one of the biggest movies
so
growing up
good.
as a kid.
So
I agree, but still.
Say the first one.
Hangover. All 3 of them. As a trilogy. Over.
Oh fuck!
Isn't
Really?
Isn't there a Miss Doubtfire too?
Who cares? Robin Williams not in it.
I'm gonna have to go Hangover. Hangover. Just because if you're including all 3 of those, fuck, there's some funny bits in those.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some and you know what?
Hangover
it came,
1 is a
Hangover
all-time
1,
movie.
all time. It came from nowhere as well. Like
Just
just
Zach Galifianakis. The characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only go Hangover.
Yeah, same.
Mrs.
That's
Doubtfire.
the first clean
reluctantly.
sweep.
Fucking
That's the first
reluctantly.
clean sweep with
That was great.
Yeah.
Robin Williams, one of the greatest of all time.
Very reluctantly, I'm going to go that. Number 6, this is me. Wedding Crashes. Number 27, 21 Jump Street.
You're a huge 21 Jump Street fan.
And
you.
22 Jump Street.
you,
They're
Darren.
both so good, but Wedding Crashes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Wedding Crashes.
You motorboating son of a bitch.
Yeah.
boy.
Just some
What'd
all-time
you do?
lines.
You motorboating? Yeah.
You motorboat son of a bitch.
Nah, I have to go Wedding Crashes.
Wedding Crashes for me. Yeah, all-time. Some all-time lines in that. Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn.
Snap out of it.
But I do love some 21 Jump. All right,
How
number
funny is when getting jerked off under the table?
All right, this is a hard one for me.
We can discuss the movies a little bit more, guys.
Yeah.
All right, there's a lot though. Roos, Old School, number 7 versus Me, Myself, and Irene, number 26.
Oh, Nooch would be just having a fucking turning over in his grave.
26.
Mate, it was barely even ranked on any list. It was like, I
Yeah,
had to
it's
go
not
deep.
Yeah.
You got there's a lot of comedies, man.
So say that again. Me,
There's
myself,
some missing
Irene.
off here that I just couldn't fit in. Me, Myself, and Irene, Old School.
Fuck. This is hard.
It's so hard.
This is fucking hard, man. Oh, legitimately, these two would be two of my favorite movies.
Yeah, they all are, except a couple though.
I actually I can't separate them.
You have to.
It's gone into overtime, and I'm going to go with Me, Myself, and Irene.
Oh, see, this is a bit of an easier one for me because I was never a big Me, Myself, and Irene fan, so I'm going old school.
Fuck.
I was
Hoping it wouldn't come down to me.
No, actually, I
You
said
started it.
I said
Yeah.
Me, Myself, Irene.
Yeah, I said old school.
He said Old School.
Oh, you said old school.
Yeah,
Oh,
because I was never a Me, Myself, and Irene fan.
Oh, it is down to you, Damon.
Oh my god.
You have to knock one of these bastards out.
But like it's
Old school. There's so many good things
I
for
know.
it because Jeremy Piven is elite in that movie as well.
No, but
Me,
Me,
Myself,
Myself, and Irene is
Irene.
for me Jim Carrey's best. I'm going Me, Myself, and Irene.
Oh,
That's a 26.
another upset.
Oh man, that was
Fuck,
hard.
the top seeds are it's really open.
Sweating.
Okay,
Chop.
it's Chop.
Number 8. There's Something About Mary, which is about your mum.
Yeah.
Number 25, The Wedding Singer.
I'm gonna have to go for one of the one of the all-time funniest scenes ever was the balls on the zipper,
Yeah.
and that was
upon the Franks?
that. I just remember that scene
Franks
being
and Babes.
like just talked about by everyone. So me, myself, and Irene.
Well,
no,
that-
sorry. Something about Mary.
That scene alone has made me question him in his
Same.
underwear and his lack of underwear.
Yeah.
And every time I pull the zipper up, I make sure it's nowhere near the teeth.
When they zoom in on it and there's just that swollen ball above the... No,
Yeah.
I'm going the Something About Mary.
Same.
So yeah, that just all-time scenes.
I mean, Wedding Singer,
Yeah,
really good
again.
Adam
movie.
Sandler, great.
None of these are easy.
One of the best things from that came when he sung, "But it all was bullshit. It was a goddamn
I haven't
joke."
watched it in a long time.
It's still good.
All right.
Him and Drew Barrymore, good combo.
Yeah, they've done some good ones.
Very good.
All right, it's on me. Number 9, Step Brothers. Number 24, American Pie.
That is a fucking hard matchup.
For me,
But it has. I know which
Step-
one has to win.
I'm going Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers. If Step Brothers doesn't win this, I'm
But
riding.
American Pie 1 and 2 are really, really fucking good movies.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But Step Brothers is the funniest
And I'm
movie
not
of all
gonna
time.
lie,
and if
like-
this doesn't win,
Um,
I'm riding.
American Pie 1 and 2, like, you know,
Fucking
in my
great.
adolescent years,
Oh.
had a few of those.
You don't need porn.
You had a few of
the
those.
Shannon Elizabeth scene alone.
Oh.
And then the lesbian scene in part 2 when
Yeah.
they kiss.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
turning off my radio now.
I'm busy. He's in the fucking sandbox. Oh, give me these. Oh, fuck, that's a tough one as well.
Bruce. Number 10, Ace Ventura. 1 and 2. Number 23, Borat.
No, Ace Ventura 1 and 2.
Ace Ventura.
Ace
I
Ventura.
love Borat, but Ace Ventura.
But Ace
fucking-
Ventura is elite.
Yes. Choppy. Number 11, Billy Madison. Number 22, Knocked Up.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Hands down for me because it was one I remember seeing this at Warwick Cinema.
I reckon
when
Chop
I was
quoted the whole
underage,
movie when he's
Billy fucking Madison. Greatest, one of the greatest comedies of all time.
and then Damon here who openly does not rate Billy Madison.
You fucking flog.
I've just, it hasn't held up for me. That's
Oh.
I don't know.
Are you serious? It's one
It's
of
still
Sandler's
funny,
best
man.
movies.
I'm going Knocked Up.
No.
Knocked Up is a great movie with some great lines.
Yeah.
I'm pregnant. Fuck up.
Yeah. With emotion. With a fucking baby.
I'm pregnant. Fuck off.
Okay, I'm saying Billy Madison.
Billy
Madison yeah.
goes through.
Fuck, there's a couple in here I'm going to bring up later that I don't think would have made this list that I can't believe it.
Yeah, oh,
There's heaps. Trust me, there's heaps.
100.
Yeah.
Heaps. Number 2, this is to me. Number 12, Super Troopers. Number 21, I Love You Man. By far, I Love You Man for me. It's probably my second favorite movie.
Yeah.
And
we've had this.
I never rated Super Troopers.
I love Super Troopers.
Super Troopers did nothing for me.
Number one is fucking good.
Those
Number
guys
one.
don't make me laugh. Like
Oh.
the BFS,
I
all those
laughed
guys.
a lot during Super,
Super
Troopers,
Troopers.
1.
Farver, where's my fucking liter of
I'm
cola?
going to say Super Troopers.
Yeah.
Oh.
So new.
Chop.
So give it to me again, Loshy.
I Love You Man. Super Troopers.
See, I am a massive, and he knows this, I Love You Man fan. But Super Troopers is was one of my favorite movies growing up. But
In high school, it's awesome.
I Love You Man wins it for me. Yeah. Just that is a fucking tight one.
Ladies on the Minji.
There. What was that? Nothing.
Melbourne. All right. Just you. Happy Gilmore, number 13. Number 20, Role Models.
Oh.
Easy one for me here. Happy Gilmore.
Okay, it's a travesty that Happy Gilmore's ranked 13.
Mate,
Yeah.
some of there's
Absolute
I'm going to say
fucking
a couple that
travesty.
There's still that are yet to come. That's how you know it's not my
Absolute.
list. Step Brothers is number 9, so you know it's not
I
my
actually enjoyed Role Models, but Happy Gilmore
Yeah,
is
Happy Gilmore.
fucking
clean sweep. Happy
clean.
Gilmore.
Comes close to being number one.
All right, this one for me is the hardest one.
Oh,
That's a big stuff.
Chop.
Yeah.
Number 14,
so far, you mean?
Pineapple Express.
Oh.
Number 19, Friday.
2 good stoner
Oh,
movies, you reckon?
Probably easier for me because I've watched Pineapple Express maybe once. Friday.
Same, Friday.
Yeah. Friday.
That was fucking easy compared to the other ones.
How does this a hard one?
It was hard.
Because you're a fucking
Are they-
stoner.
are they
That's why it's
stoner
hard.
movies?
Yeah, Pineapple Express is like.
All right, listen.
All right.
On me, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 15, Zoolander. Number 18, Life. Life for me straight away.
This is
Really?
But
No.
Zoolander's hard.
Fucking the first Zoolander.
It's easy
Wow.
for me, not because Zoolander's not like a bad movie. It's a fucking great comedy movie. A lot of great lines, but Life
It's top 5 for me.
is fucking awesome,
Dynamite.
and I can't believe it's ranked lower. You know, if we were betting on these things,
I reckon because it's more of a serious.
Life is a really, really strong challenger.
I reckon
Number
it's
18.
more. I reckon it's more because it's serious, undertones to it and stuff
Dude,
like that. Life, yeah.
Again, this is online.
Falsely imprisoned and all
Yeah,
that
I
shit.
get that, but it's fucking
That's
funny.
no, but that's why it's ranked lower down in comedies. So I'm
Well, how
going.
much is going to turn that
You want some
white
fucking
only
whole-
part into Negro
I don't give a
part?
fuck about no boom boom room. I'm going Zoolander, but it didn't really matter.
Life goes
Yeah.
on.
Has to be life.
Russo, 40-year-old virgin, 16. Number 17, Coming to America.
This is actually a tough one because I do like the 40-year-old virgin.
It is good.
There's some great lines in there. You know, Seth Rogen, Paul Rudd.
Yeah, some little cameos are good.
You know, I still though Coming to America is one of the first comedy movies that I loved.
They ruined it with part. They didn't ruin it, but part 2 was
I haven't
pretty
watched
bad.
it yet.
Don't.
I don't want to ruin it.
40-year-old virgin. I think that was a fucking start of a lot of careers. A start of a lot of careers, and that's how good a movie that was.
All right. Round 2,
What'd you say?
Coming to America. Sorry.
Ugh.
No brainer. That's my. Yeah.
So we're on to round 2 now.
Yeah. This is last 16.
So we know
now.
the field.
Number 1, Austin Powers versus number 16, Coming to America.
No, Austin Powers wasn't number
It's
one.
30, they stay 32.
Number 30. Sorry, first seed. Sorry.
Okay, 32.
Sorry.
Austin Powers against the number 16 seed.
17,
17. What was it?
Coming to America.
Oh, who's it? Rusi?
Bruce.
I'm going to say Austin Powers.
Ooh.
Austin Powers.
Fuck.
The 32 seed
That
goes
is a
on.
huge upset.
Nah, that was easy for me. Coming to
Really?
America was great for him, but you can't even compete with the 3 Austin Powers.
Wow.
Mike Myers at his absolute best.
Coming
Yeah.
to America, gone.
Supposedly meant to be a big diva on sets, Mike Myers.
Yeah, fair enough.
Huge
He
diva.
can be. He's fucking Shrek. Wow.
Came on
What were
shock.
you going to vote for?
Coming to America. That was going all the way, I thought.
No
almost.
fucking chance.
Uncultured swines.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2, Anchorman. Number 18, Life. Chop.
I'm
I know what I'm.
going to go Life here. Because
I too.
Anchorman was good, but Life to me was probably a better movie.
What did you vote for, Damon?
Life.
Yeah, Life.
Life.
Life 18 seed is very strong.
Oh, that was very low ranked. I didn't do that. So
No, it's fair.
number 3,
I love how Damon thinks we put extra pressure on him in terms of the
Beverly
rankings.
Hills Cop.
No one-
You do.
I did last week. All right, I fucking copped it from everyone last week. Number 3,
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Number 19, Friday. So me, I'm going Friday.
I'm going Beverly Hills Cop.
Friday.
Friday.
That was easy for me. Wasn't
I
massive.
like the Beverly Hills Cop.
I like the
movies.
Beverly Hills
I still
Cop, but
do.
like again, if I'm talking comedy, I'll laugh more on Friday.
Yeah, Friday I'll still watch once a year, at least. All right. Russo, number 4, Superbad. Number 13, Happy Gilmore.
Oh, this is by
This
far
is
the
hard.
hardest one.
This is where it gets
This is
serious.
the marquee matchup
is-
of this round.
This is fucked.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Happy Gilmore.
Happy.
Fuck, this is so hard for me. I just got to go Superbad. I think just with the
Sunday
memories
morning.
I have of
Come on, Dave,
Superbad.
break it down. Why? Whatever you're going to choose, why?
Yeah.
Don't tell us. Don't
So
tell
I
us
remember
until the
Happy
end.
Gilmore being, when we were like 12, 13 when it came out, and just, that was the funniest shit I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
It had everything. The quote, you just quoted that for ages afterwards. But then Superbad, seeing that for the first time, and then, it's so funny, Superbad. It's so funny. It's so well written. But Happy Gilmore's classic Adam Sandler.
Oh,
See, Happy Gilmore is
Happy Gilmore
Adam Sandler at
survives.
his best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his best movie ever.
Yes.
So that was peak Happy Gilmore.
Gilmore survives.
That's apex Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
For Jonah Hill, his best one, he's got other best ones. Like he's got Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, but like in terms you're looking at other cameos in that was our favourite from fucking
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader. Bill
Yeah, but
Hader
I get it. But
made
like I'm
that
talking
movie.
about
Yeah.
the guy that led it. Because for me, I know Michael Cena was technically the lead actor, but it was for me it was Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill has he peaks after that. So
if
that-
you're putting a
and
collection
comedy-wise-
of all-time classics that have to be in there, that have to be in the Comedy Hall of Fame or whatever, that I think Happy
They're
Gilmore.
both stiff because they're
It's
both.
Happy, it's Happy Gilmore.
Wow. Wow.
Reluctantly,
Fucking hell. That's a huge
very
upset.
reluctantly.
Super bad. Doesn't even make it to the quarters. Fuck.
All right.
All right.
Number 5, The Hangover.
Who's up? Me.
Number 5, The Hangover. Number 21, I Love You, Man.
This is hard.
See,
I know what I'm.
to me, I Love You, Man. I fucking love, but you got to look at the Hangover as a collective, and it came from nothing.
Hangover 1.
Hangover
itself.
1, yeah. If I'm just competing, Hangover for me. Fuck, that's such a tough one. I Love You, Man. I love that movie.
I'm going, I Love You, Man.
Yeah.
Hangover 1.
Yeah.
Hangover.
Fuck. That's a tough one to say goodbye to because I love me and him have watched I Love You, Man at
When you
least
get
2 or 3
down to the
times.
last 32, it's going to be some fucking
Oh, yeah.
tough losses.
All right. Number 6, Wedding Crashers. This is on me. To number 11, Billy Madison. I'm going,
Wow.
number 6, I'm going Wedding Crashers. Again, Billy Madison's not my favourite.
I'd love to vote a certain way to put it on Chop, but I'm going to vote Wedding Crashers.
Wow. I was going to go Madison because
Okay,
Billy
dude.
Madison has a lot of good memories for me.
But for me, Wedding Crashers is
It's a great movie. You can't go wrong.
I mean,
Can't go wrong.
Billy Madison's still funny, but Wedding Crashers definitely stands up.
He got the shit poop.
All right. Number 8, There's Something About Mary versus number 9, Step Brothers. To you, Bruce.
Oh,
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers is
It's gonna
going to
be
be
tough to
I'm
knock off
fucking
Step Brothers,
saying
yeah.
they are my horse in this race.
Shout out to Brett Favre at the end of
Yeah.
Something About
Man,
Mary.
Yeah. Mary.
You know Brett Favre? All right.
Which
Number,
number?
number 10, Ace Ventura versus number 26, Me, Myself, and Irene. Chop.
Ace Ventura.
He doesn't like me, myself, and Irene.
No.
I'm going Me, Myself, and Irene.
Oh.
For me, that's Jim Carrey's best. I fucking love that.
No.
man. I love that. It's
Ace
it's-
Ventura 1 and 2.
They're still classics.
What are you talking about? It's Jim Carrey versus Jim Carrey.
Exactly, but I'm just going that it's such a.
Are you saying Me, Myself, Irene, Jim Carrey is peak Jim
no?
Carrey?
It's my favorite.
So yes, he is. So yes, he
it still
is.
appeals to me now. Ace Ventura of kind
Fuck
of like,
me. Ace Ventura is all time.
Yeah,
I'm not-
but it's Me, Myself, and Irene.
Number 2, when he fights the African tribe and he gets the spears in his leg.
So
Not taking anything. away.
Marmino would vote for Me, Myself, Irene,
Absolutely.
and Catters would vote for Ace
Ace
Ventura.
Ventura.
So what are you gonna do? Where's your allegiance?
Where do I? Who do I think is right out of those two?
Ninga poops.
It's so fucking hard. Me, Myself, and Irene.
Oh, really? Fucking hell, boys.
2016.
At least there's going to be some ones that we completely disagree on because I don't rate that movie. It's funny, but nowhere near his best work.
Oh, it's so funny, man.
How do you not like it though?
Just didn't
The
resonate
highest
with me.
rank now is the 5th rank, Hangover. So the Hangover at 5. This is to me. Happy Gilmore 13. Happy Gilmore.
Oof.
I'm doing Happy Gilmore.
Because this is a comedy, like, rating. This is not what's the best film,
No, but you're better comedy.
better comedy. What did I laugh at more? I reckon the first time I saw this movie, I laughed throughout.
Yeah, Hangover is pretty funny throughout.
So for me, Hangover gets my vote.
Chop. Happy Gilmore.
This is
Hangover.
so tough for me. It's so tough because The Hangover came out of nowhere. I've
I
never
don't even
laughed.
think it was promoted or
No,
hyped.
it wasn't. It
I just
wasn't.
remember like someone saying it's a good movie. Go
Because,
watch it.
dude, you got to think Bradley Cooper wasn't big then. That was his first big movie where he was a lead.
Ed Helms has done the
Zach
Office.
Galifianakis was Galifianakis.
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 Was it Galifianakis?
Again?
Galifianakis.
There it is.
Okay, fucking relax. It wasn't that far off.
No, it was very just the way.
Galifianakis is what I said. Zach
He was bound
Galifianakis.
to get that wrong.
well, fuck.
Good on you for trying. Yeah, fucking
Yeah, all right. So that was really his breakout movie.
100%.
And Ed Helms, Kim Jong, first
Jong was
movie.
To be honest, I don't think
Well, no,
Zach
it's fair.
Galifianakis has topped that.
Nah.
He's done some good stuff, but probably not.
What's the one he does with Robert Downey Jr.?
Due Date.
That's fucking
very
funny.
funny.
That's not even in the list. That is pretty fucking funny because he plays like a retard in that as well.
Can't say that word anymore.
Sorry, my apologies.
A retard.
So what was it?
Hangover or Happy Gilmore?
I'm going to go Gilmore. Because Gilmore, for me, to not have Sandler anywhere near the top would be a
That's
travesty.
I kind of feel like how I feel with the Hall of Fame. Like you can't tell the story of football without that player. You
You can't tell
Happy
comedy
Gilmore is
movies
essential to
in the
the-
90s without Happy Gilmore.
it's essential to the genre.
And it was so far ahead of its time. And golf wasn't even big then. That's the other thing. Golf was big, but you can't compare to what golf is now.
Wonder what it did do for the game. It'd be interesting. to
Fucking
know the stats.
elevated, I'll tell you that much.
All right, who's it on now? Who went first? I went first that one. So Russo to you. Number 6, Wedding Crashers. Number 19, Friday.
Wedding Crashers.
Wedding crashes. Just
Friday for
Friday's
me.
out.
Friday out. Jeez.
Yay. Number 9, Step Brothers. This is to you, Chop. Number 32, Austin Powers.
Step Brothers. Absolutely Step Brothers.
Step Brothers is going to be very hard to knock off.
Absolutely.
They're the odds-on favourite.
If anyone doesn't, if this doesn't make it to at least the fucking final, you can't say something wrong with you.
And for the last place in the final 4, this is so hard for me. Life, number 18. Me, Myself, and Irene, number 26.
I know what I'm choosing.
So fucking easy.
I know we know what Chop's choosing.
I want that fucking movie out.
It's one of
Out.
yeah, it's one of my favourites. I'm going Life.
Life for me.
Yeah.
End of story. Goodbye, me, myself, and Irene.
You had a hell of a
I
run.
had a fucking
26.
vendetta against it.
Mate, Austin Powers had the best runs. All right, so we're in the final 4 now.
Yeah.
Final 4.
Final 4.
Let's read out the matchups.
Wedding Crashers 6 versus Life 18.
Yep. And what's the other one?
You'll get to it. It's on you.
Wedding Crashes or Life. Wedding Crashes for me.
Life.
Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson.
So the first time, I'm going back to the first time I watched these movies. Mm-hmm. Right?
That's exactly what I did just then.
And
I cried in Life, man. That's my hero.
when I watched this movie, I legit cried with laughter. And I think this guy, like the lead in Life, Eddie Murphy, was my favourite actor.
Yeah.
At the time. And also, like, he probably was my favourite comedy actor until God knows when. Like, I don't even know if it's changed.
Yeah.
He's still my favourite comedy actor of all time. So Life gets it.
Yeah.
Wow. See, I worked off then, like, Life was good, but to me, it got better the more times I watched Life. Whereas Wedding Crashers, I was pissing my parents in the word go in that movie.
So he chops pissing in the middle of the podcast.
All right. Number 9, Step Brothers. Number 13.
only drink out of that water bottle.
It's plastic, Adam.
You fucking kidding me? What? Explain what you just did.
I just filled up my
You
water
filled
bottle.
up a plastic water bottle that you obviously use regularly
Yeah.
from another plastic water bottle.
Which I
From a
don't.
disposable plastic water bottle. And then when you were questioned, why can't you drink out of that? You said because it's plastic. So,
But like,
Obviously, it's a fucking joke,
Well-
idiot.
no, Damon.
No, well,
Damon,
what?
Damon,
he just spills
Damon.
all over himself.
sometimes you got to sense the moment. Do you think it's the right time during a podcast when we're
Absolutely.
recording a podcast
Well,
to fill
we've
up a
got
fucking water bottle?
Popcorn now.
I was thirsty. All right, let's go.
Fucking hell.
Who's this one on?
It's on me to start. Step Brothers versus Happy Gilmore.
Oh! So,
This is the matchup.
So Life has got through.
Life got through.
This
So
is
Step Brothers versus
Gonzaga versus fucking
Happy Baylor.
No, was it Baylor UCLA?
Oh yeah.
No, it's not because
I'm going Step
neither
Brothers.
of these movies are Cinderella. These are with legitimate contenders.
I expected them to be where they are. I'm going Step Brothers. I'm going Step Brothers.
Who are the other one?
Happy Gilmore.
That's so
Hard, eh?
fucked.
It's so hard.
I'm scared if I put it on Chop. No, actually, I know which one he's going to vote. I'm going to make Chop decide So I'm going with Happy Gilmore.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers is my funniest movie. Step Brothers. If you fuckers vote life here, there's something wrong with you cunts. I'm sorry. Step Brothers is a way funnier fucking movie and so original. So original.
The final. Step Brothers
me,
versus
isn't it?
Life. Bruce.
To get us off and running. Life.
So it's got to
Sure.
come down to Muley because I'm Step Brothers the whole way here.
Now, Mule, you can't.
I've
this is the
already
final.
written it in.
You've got to justify it.
It is
Yes.
my favorite
movie.
I knew it
all
was going
time.
to win.
It had to. It had to.
It was always getting my vote.
How the
is it
fuck
9?
does that 9? That is hands down. I remember watching that at the movies with Ricka. Obviously, we love those two as a combo. What's his Cox? Is it Cox?
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly
Close.
and Will Ferrell.
Feral.
Fuck. Seeing that with Ricka and literally pissing yourself.
Oh, man.
Because
No,
you're just like,
it is-
this is so
I watch
funny.
it 2 to 3 times a year.
Yeah, so,
Easily.
and they do it so well. It's so natural to them to act like that.
I have seen probably the first 10, 15 minutes of that movie 450 times. Just because there's nothing.
Why do you start? And not
No,
finish?
because at night, if I'm like, I was something to put on, like,
Oh,
it just can't,
yeah.
and then I just go, fuck it. If I can't find anything, I just go, fuck it, Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Start putting on The Office or Seinfeld, whatever.
Yeah, that's
Fall
right.
asleep to it, get through the cast. You don't know Johnny Hopkins. It's like, you get through that.
I smoke with
Me and
Johnny
Johnny
Hopkins.
Hopkins.
Sloan Kettering.
And we're blazing that shit up. I'm not calling him dad.
You know what?
Step Brothers.
Other guys wasn't on there.
The other guys
Yes.
wasn't on there. The Mask wasn't on there.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Mr. Deeds wasn't on there.
Yeah.
We could do a whole list
Um,
with the
the
ones
other
that
ones,
didn't
yeah.
The
make
other
still
ones
good.
that I was really shocked, Jackass 1, 2, and 3.
Jackass is
They were
fucking
fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but,
were
like,
very
for
funny.
me, like,
in terms of movie.
I laugh at them, but they're not.
Oh,
Bro,
man.
some
there's
of
nothing
you know
for
they're
me.
you know they're doing another one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
You're right.
it's meant to be
I will
nuts.
say with Jackass, like, it's funny. I get it. Watching people do dumb shit, but it's not creative. Like those movies.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
fucking creative. Some of the shit they do.
The National Lampoon's franchise.
Yeah.
Christmas
The
Vacation.
Griswolds.
I know. That's going to have to be on the Christmas one that we're doing.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, but
Which will be
at
in
Christmas time we're going to do a Christmas one. Believe it or not.
All right, so
brackets.
we're gonna do the brackets. We'll get up some posts for it.
Okay, Damo, sign us out with the
We're gonna have
the
some
outro.
Yeah.
With the bracket outro.
Brackets.
Jesus Christ. All right, boys. Let's jump into it. Let's keep this boat rolling. Step Brothers wins best comedy.
Boat rolling.
It's a boat. We're on a boat tonight.
Speaking of brothers,
Mm.
how was the rise and fall of the Super League so far?
Yeah.
We're in spot. What
Good
a
segue.
fucking
Good segue.
That was great. What a fucking
thought of
joke
all-
that's
every
going to be.
topic, please. I
So
transgress.
You baked Carlton. They stood up. You baked Geelong.
I'm-
they stood up. You baked the Super
My
League.
baking is fucking
Done.
awesome.
So now they're just going to make money from all the teams breaking their contract. So now they're just going to recoup all that money. They're just gonna-
So I'm glad it's over. Let's just all say we're on the same wavelength. Let's glad it's over.
How the fuck is the Real Madrid president Pires reckons it's still going ahead?
yeah.
On
Them
what
versus
planet?
Barcelona every fucking week.
I wouldn't mind the repercussions like Arsenal changed their owner, United changed their owner,
Yeah.
Liverpool changed. I wouldn't mind that happening.
How's the
But
Liverpool one
it's-
doing a full fucking press release trying to like get back with the fans? Because they're actually a really, I guess, big, obviously massive fan base, but very much about you never walk alone, the working class, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And he just sold him down the river.
Slapped it right in their face.
That's it. But we're glad it's done.
I'm
Now,
glad it's done.
Damon, you forecasted the NFL draft
Yeah.
a long time ago.
3 weeks ago.
How the fuck did you? This is what I still can't understand. I messaged him during the week. I was like, "How the fuck did you get their dates so wrong for someone that's been so into it? Get it? Not only how long out were you? 3 weeks?
Are you done?
No, this should be the old roasting, Brucey. How the
I can't
fuck?
bake that.
I know
You can
exactly.
bake that.
I know exactly what happened.
What?
We were 17 days away from the draft.
Right.
I thought it was happening on the 17th. And then I missed it.
And he has a go at me for doing stupid shit.
You read words wrong.
So the draft is definitely this week, right?
Yes.
We can confirm that. It's definitely
Yes,
this week.
Definitely.
starts
Dame-
Friday for us.
Damon,
Does it start Friday for us?
Thursday night there.
Oh, fucking.
7:30 Friday.
what's a just one pick or one move, one trade, whatever it is that you think should happen that maybe is a little bit controversial?
I'm back because I'm going back on what I said a couple of weeks ago. The draft, because obviously what was talked about at that point is very different to now. And pro days have come out because I got the date so wrong. There's a lot of chatter about Julio Jones getting traded.
Yeah, massive.
Lot of
Atlanta
chatter.
Falcons.
Atlanta can't keep their draftees under the salary cap.
So
How's that?
What I think, this is like a very fantasy thing. They draft Julio Jones. They get a first round this year.
They trade.
They trade Julio Jones. They obviously get a first round this year, I think, for him.
It's only one first rounder for Tulio.
Oh yeah, you're not getting more than one first rounder, but I feel like you get.
I reckon you even struggle to get that.
No, you get a first this year, and then you get like a second next
Well,
year.
DeAndre Hopkins didn't even get one.
That was the worst.
Stephon Diggs got one.
That was the worst ever.
Because that ended up being Jefferson, which was pretty
Worth
fucking
it.
That's
good.
going to be held as a standing point. The fact that
Well,
Hopkins
that's-
at the peak of his game didn't even get a fucking.
Yeah,
No,
was
but
a
then,
Bill O'Brien.
but then 2 weeks later, any other team that comes asking for Julio, they'll just say, well, Atlanta should say, well, Stephon Diggs was this.
Yeah.
And you can ignore the Hopkins because Bill O'Brien was incompetent.
But Julio's one of one almost.
See, for me,
Yeah, but Julio's near the end of his career.
I agree with you. Atlanta needs to do something. Now, it really depends on whether the Falcons, whether you see them as a piece away or they're multiple pieces away.
Fucking
Now,
multiple.
for me, they're the number 4 pick. So we know the first 3 gone QBs.
We
They're
expect-
unlikely to draft the QB.
Why is that? Matt Ryan's at the end of his tenure.
I
as
think
well.
because this year's fourth best QB isn't better than Matt Ryan.
Exactly.
If you're going to get,
hang on, it
this-
could be because it would be either that North Dakota guy
Yeah, but
or
you know why? You know why he's talked about? Because he's the fourth best or fifth best of this draft. Any other draft, they wouldn't be spoken about.
No,
these
but
guys.
let me
Like,
say
that's the
this.
thing. They're
That's
just,
fair,
It's
that's
the
fair.
draft that
It's
they're in.
clear first round draft picks or even maybe first and second QBs, only 50% of them work. So if
That's
you're
what
the
I'm
fourth
saying.
pick, chances are you're not going to get that one. Why wouldn't you? If you were Atlanta, this is what I would
go
do.
for Pitts.
Oh, no, I would trade out of the 4th position. Someone will trade up to get Pitts.
Yeah.
You'd get a first round pick later in this draft, plus a first round for next. You can get 2 first rounds for that 4th pick
Definitely.
because Pitts is worth that. And Pitts isn't
But
going
why
to
would-
solve the issues for Atlanta. So you get 2 first rounders. You trade Julio, get another first rounder. So that's 3 first round draft picks. Fuck, immediately they fast track their rebuild. Then if they're shit again, so they're not elite, they're in the bottom end of the draft. All those shit teams have got those QBs, so they're not going to draft another QB next year. So like Jacksonville's not going to draft. Doesn't matter if Trevor Lawrence stinks it up, they're not going to draft another one.
Exactly.
San Francisco traded a haul to get up.
They want to get the
Right, they're not going to draft
Alabama.
enough. So if you do the math, there's all of a sudden there's like 25 teams that have got QBs.
Yeah, so I mean, next year,
So next year, chances are, even if the Falcons are the 6th worst team,
you're still going to get the
you're still going to get the best QB.
I agree with that.
So I reckon
That is a
that's the
very
move.
interesting move.
Unless Carolina. But see, I think this is because you got to think.
No, but Carolina traded out at 8.
Yeah.
And they picked up, who was the QB they picked up?
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, right? So they're going to give him a year. But if he works out, they're not drafting a QB.
no.
So they know Matt Ryan's either going to be traded next year, end of next year, or retire.
Yeah. He's not getting
I
traded
think
this year.
Falcons,
Too
they
much
can
money.
build a 3 or 4 first round draft pick haul. And I reckon that's the way to go.
That's such interesting because then you got the counter to that, which is Kyle Pitts. They reckon could be a legitimate
Yeah,
Hall
but
of Famer.
see,
But there's nothing without a QB.
so that's where I was getting to. Like, where you got 4, you trade out. I think they trade out a 4, whether it's
Who goes into 4?
whether it's Denver wanting that 4th quarterback or whether it's Washington wanting that 4th quarterback. They're high on Trey Lance. It depends on who the first 3 quarterbacks taken.
New England could potentially move up.
If Justin Fields is still available at 4,
This is the rumor.
That's-
Rumbling you're hearing is New England really like Fields, and it's going to be a late climb to
that's
get
why
him.
I think if you go Lawrence, Wilson, Jones, whether it's Lawrence, Jones, Wilson or Lawrence, Wilson, Jones, whatever, and Fields is still there at 4, that's when Atlanta have got people knocking on the door to get Pitts. They've got people knocking on the door to get the 4th quarterback, whether it's Fields. And like you said, they build on
I'm
that.
baffled on how Fields
That
goes. to
war
4.
room's gonna be
that's
intense.
baffled me.
He's
He's the next Russell Wilson, and he's
Yeah,
got a
but there's
better. and he's-
questions on his
Cam
throwing
Newton.
arm.
He's next
Oh,
Cam Newton.
fuck.
He's more Newton than he is.
Yeah.
Well,
Russell.
if that's the case, do
Maybe-
you want to
maybe that's-
4th round draft pick? 4th pick.
Yeah, but that's perfect.
If all
'cause
you're getting is
he can
is
learn.
is a good version of Cam Newton,
Mate, early
yeah,
Cam Newton
but
was
Cam
very
Newton's
good.
MVP.
I get it. But like,
Took him to the Super Bowl.
do you trade up a massive?
Yeah,
haul to get
I reckon you do that, and you let Cam, him be an understudy of Cam.
that? Talking about New England,
I feel like Fields has got more attention, whatever, from these other teams like Broncos, these lesser teams that will trade to the 4th pick. I think if it was Jones or Wilson, I think less people would be in on it. Whereas
See, the thing
Fields,
that-
I think they're Fields, they're people that are one way or they're the other way, and the people that are the one way that think he's
polarizing,
good,
eh?
they really like him. I feel like, and I think there's a lot of teams. I think if he's there at 4, I think Washington go for him. I think
So what are the first 4 picks? Falcons. One's obviously Jacksonville.
Jacksonville,
2
Jets.
San
San Fran.
San Fran traded up. So San Fran are going for Mac, but there's a bit of front office because one of them wants Mac, one of them likes the other guy.
Well, after
There's
Zach
the
Wilson.
North Dakota Zach Wilson.
No, the North Dakota guy's Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Again, Trey Lance is another one where if it was any other draft, you wouldn't be talking about him. But because
Did he have a good year in Divi 2?
Yeah, he did have a good year, but again in Divi 2, and there's
So
just
you don't think his first round?
No
his
way,
first
not that
round this
high.
year maybe, but any other year he's not.
So
Look
the
what
only
happened to
reason-
the
only
other-
reason you're saying he's going first.
Look what
round
happened to the other
is
North Dakota.
because
Can't.
Teams need him.
there's all the QBs are going to rush off the board.
Yeah, and teams are going to need it for that 20th pick, maybe that late first round, early second round, maybe.
Because if you're
Carolina, if they can
and what
get him,
tends to happen with drafts, doesn't matter what sport, is people will group positions or elite talent or anything like that. Once they start going off the board, if you need one and you want one of that group, you go up, right? But if you're like a late first round draft pick,
Next level.
hypothetically, you don't need the QB, but
if he's there.
well, maybe we take him.
Baltimore at fucking Lamar Jackson, they got him at pick 32. He won an MVP 2 years later.
Even though at the time they had
42,
Flacco,
wasn't
who-
it?
Flacco, 32.
32.
Last pick of the
Who
first.
they rated
The last
somewhat.
time North Dakota had a good quarterback drafted was
Wentz.
Wentz. And look at where that sacks ended up.
Well, he's going to be potential MVP candidate.
Yeah, buddy.
Potentially getting fucking shafted straight after this season.
Can't wait till he has like a
Speaking of
12,
getting
13
shafted,
season.
there was a massacre on the weekend. Sorry to throw this off, in Geelong.
Yeah.
Did you see it? I think about 100 points.
It was under 100 points,
Oh.
but
I didn't-
nobody
I didn't
watched
catch
it
because
nobody
I turned on the
cared.
television and then I thought for some reason they were showing amateur footy and there was like a really good team playing a really shit team.
Must have got your
Really?
wires crossed.
Yeah, so I thought
This is cute.
No.
Coming from a fucking Carlton who have been the shittest team for 20 years.
okay,
plus.
let's not get into Carlton. We'll save Carlton.
No,
But
and you
Chop,
fuckers
have
are
to
second
answer-
bottom.
You have to answer for that performance.
I don't have to answer for shit because I don't play for them. They don't play well in for Geelong.
Fair enough. Oh fuck it then.
we
don't have to answer for
we
shit then.
suck in Geelong. The fact that we have to play those cunts in Geelong is a travesty to begin with. Fuck them.
What
I
do you
hate
mean?
Geelong. What the fuck do we have to go away to Geelong? Fuck them.
Well, you just
where
play
they're
every
from?
game at Optus.
No, played at fucking Melbourne, Etihad or some other bullshit. Fuck them. I hate Geelong. I think
their
they
home
kissed in the
ground.
dick. I don't like them. We played shit. Good wake up call for us because we're coming into this weekend in Derby.
How
Freo-
confident are you this week?
Oh, look, I think we got Freo's number at home. That's the way I put
Because
it.
I am saying I think Freo will beat you.
Really?
Yeah.
You think Freo
I'm-
beat us?
I'm
Coming from
I'm
everyone's
relatively
sorry,
confident.
everyone's ranting and raving about Freo. They beat North Melbourne and Adelaide. Fucking relax. Adelaide are still shit, and North Melbourne are fucking basket case.
All right, well,
Relax.
They can only beat who they're playing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But everyone's making it sound like they're world beaters.
No, I
they're,
don't-
they're fucking
well,
shit.
Who the fuck's saying that? I think they're in good form. They have a really good midfield. Their ruck division's, I think, pretty good. Darcy and Lob. Forward line's functioning really well. You're missing McGovern. I mean,
Yeah.
you get Hearn back, I get that, but still, McGovern's a key piece.
Yeah,
You're very undermanned in midfield.
true.
So Kelly and who's in your midfield? Redden, no,
Gaff, shit.
Gaff, not cutting it, right? And I mean, you get Kennedy back, but Liam Ryan's still out. I think this is the best time the Fremantle Dockers are going to get the Eagles. Like,
Yeah.
as good a time as any. It's been a
I
long
just
time
think-
since they've won one.
Yeah,
I think they're due.
I just think Freo's worst case
and
scenario.
Damon's wearing purple this week.
Yep. Go the Purple
Yeah.
Army.
I think Freo's worst case scenario was us getting punished like we did.
Yeah.
That was the worst thing for happen to Freo.
Bounce back.
You just know they're gonna. You know they're gonna play good football. You know they'll step up.
I
It's
think
Derby.
you guys will
It'll be
bounce
close.
back performance wise. I don't think you'll be like get
no,
thrashed. I think it'll be a close game, but if the Dockers don't beat this version of the Eagles, when are they going to beat?
I don't give a flying fuck. Never, I hope. But anyway, no, it'll be a good derby. Fingers crossed. Hopefully,
We're pumped. We're pumped for it, aren't we, Damon? We hope there's a
I
crowd
tell you
there.
what, I'm making a comment. This year is the war of attrition. Who has the fittest squad is going to win the premiership.
That's, you know what, but
And
that's every
that's
year.
no, that's fair enough. But this year in particularly, I think you see the amount of injuries we're getting every fucking round. Big names going out. Dunkley's out for 12 to 16 weeks.
I'm
they're
interested in
saying.
the stats.
So that's fucking season.
I'd be interested in the stats to see if there's actually been more injuries.
I think
or whether
that-
it's just the big names.
Do you know that
I think
NFL
they have-
injuries were down a pretty substantial percent from the year before?
So they are.
They were down quite
I think
a
maybe
bit,
it's just
like,
not just a
noticeably.
star name.
And it was across the board. I was listening to something the other day.
No, it's what I mean. It's the star
If
names.
you, if
that
you
get
go
injured.
have a look at
Oh,
the
right, yeah,
injury,
sorry, yeah.
Bruce, if you have a look at the injury list on the
Wrist?
AFL, what? Bruce,
Sound like you said injury wrist.
no injury list on the AFL site. Most teams have chunks.
Yeah.
There's very minimal teams that have
because
3
of-
or 4 injuries.
Because of my AFL fantasy participation, I've had to monitor injury lists for years. I don't feel like it's out of control compared to your previous years, but I do agree that it has been more key players, star names that are getting injured. Now, I don't think that's anything to do with. No, I'm not going to say anything to do with it. I don't know the answer to that, but like shortened preseason or anything like that, maybe it's just a bit it's just a bit unlucky.
Yeah.
So, look, Eagles are injured. Everyone's got their injuries. They've got a few more than others, maybe, but the Dockers have got a few outs as well. I just think they're playing better, and I think form will stand up.
Cool.
Well, I hope Adelaide.
Okay.
I hope Eagles lose.
Now, Carlton.
No, Carlton suck.
So, I'm going to do a quick bake. First time ever, I'm going to rebake a team.
A rebake.
Carlton is fucking weak defensively. You're playing Essendon this week. You have to win.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't think wins are good enough. You don't have to win. There's no one goal win. You're gonna you have to fucking stop them.
Yeah.
Actually show something because there's no heart with Carlton. It's very easy to play Carlton.
So last week we hired John Worsfold as a mentoring role for Coach David Teague. Why the fuck does your head coach need a babysitter?
Well, he should have had the babysitter at the start.
You get mentored before you you become an apprentice. You do your apprenticeship, then you become
You take over.
you take over.
That's weird.
Announcing that just straight away, I saw that, and that to me, I was like, that's
I
gross.
despise that. I agree with you.
It's pathetic. It just shows there's no like. Well, what does
First
that
of all,
show?
the head coach is then weakened.
Exactly.
Right?
She's answering
So
to someone.
Simon Goodwin didn't coach, I think, well until Paul Roos stepped aside, right? And I don't think Ben Rutten actually thought he was the coach until John Westfold left the Bombers. Like, if you're the head coach by title,
Head
you
coach.
should be the head coach.
Exactly. Should be answering to
Now,
him.
granted, he's there as a consultant, apparently, right? But all this says is that they don't know if
No,
Teague's
exactly. So what it is, it's
the
gonna
right
be
coach.
Teague for another 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks.
Hopefully.
Sack him.
If he loses
Pardon me?
this week against Essendon,
Yeah.
he's not keeping his
Do you know what
job.
lost me? I watched that
25.
Amazon Prime series. He was speaking to Eddie Betts like Eddie Betts was a 22-year-old who was out of form. And that wigged me out. I was like, you were playing in the same team as
Yeah.
him, and you're speaking down to him like, we just want you to be you, Eddie. Like, you're fucking... like, it just felt weird to me. It's like I actually don't like Leon Cameron either. He speaks to them like they're 16-year-old football boys.
that's what we have with
and they're all
Bolton.
adults.
We've
It's
got it
like,
again.
fuck, how do you... But somehow GWS has come back from the dead up until last weekend.
Yeah, I watched a bit of Teague's press conference after the game Saturday, and you know how like when you want him to come out and say something meaningful,
But they
and
don't.
they don't.
No.
But he said it in a way as I just wanted to punch him because it was very like. We're trying really hard, dude.
Just-
The guys
we just
are
gotta be
there.
competitive,
It's just been.
Mate,
We'll get there. We'll
all right,
get
you get
there.
Worsfold
Shut
in.
the fuck up.
Give Teague another 3 weeks. Sack Teague. Worsfold comes in as a caretaker for the rest of the year, and then we saddle
Nah.
up for Ross Lyon next year. or
I
something
think
like
they're
that.
going to let Teague burn his own
Yeah.
bridge till second half of the year.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll sack him this early.
If you guys sack him, it just shows what
Well,
an utter shambles.
The worst decision Carlton can make is sacking the coach too early, so then you end up with another fucking David Teague.
Yeah, who
Yeah.
wins a few games, and
Right?
then we get
Don't give him enough time. Sack the coach with a month to go in the season, so then you can't then say, well, he won the last ring. Who gives a fuck?
yeah.
Because let's put it
Fresh
this
start.
way: you guys are officially not making finals this year.
No, 2-4.
100%. I mean,
So,
they're
so there
99%
goes
done.
another
They
year.
lose this week, they're
You have got a real big possibility now of losing Patrick Cripps, because I don't think he's going to see light. This was a coach that he wanted,
I know.
and they're going to sack him. He's just going to go, I could go back to Freo because he won't come to Eagles because we're just not going to have the room to afford him.
Yeah, true.
Fife's getting towards the end of his career. Yeah, he's in his. I think he's 30.
Is he?
I think he's 30, Fifey. He's pretty old now.
Cripps said on the
Mundy's gone after this year, I'm pretty sure.
Playing well, though.
He's playing fucking well.
Cripps said that if he could have any ruckman play with any ruckman, it'd be Nat Nui.
Yeah, but
Everyone in the comp, every midfielder
from
in
the
the
comp
comp
wanna
would
play.
say he's the best
I know.
tap. He's the best tap.
If-
I'm
ruckman
just
in
getting
the
ready.
If the
to lose.
Eagles
That's
could
all right. You can have
manufacture-
Cripps. we got Walsh. So
if the Eagles can manufacture getting Patrick Cripps and having Kelly Cripps, Shuey,
Forget
Redden,
Kelly. For
Yeah.
me, it's proven now. Kelly's he might be better in this midfield if you're talking about because he'd be the fourth or fifth.
I don't
Real.
think it's proven. I think, unfortunately,
He's not a number one and number two mid. At Geelong, it was perfect for him. He had Dangerfield, he had Selwood, he had Duncan. It's the Des Headland effect, right? He's played in that awesome midfield of the Brisbane Lions, comes here to Dockers and becomes the number one guy. Not up to it, right? There are certain guys that just aren't meant to be top dog.
Well-
Now, you don't need 22 top dogs. Like, don't get me
Yeah.
fucking wrong, but you got to know your place.
I-
They're
I-
asking him to be number one and two. He's not that.
I think we'll get Yo and Shuey back in the second half of the year. That will evolve his
Shuey-
game. We haven't had that since he started.
There's
We
a lot
didn't have
of
Yo.
ifs, Jock.
There's a lot of
Shuey's
ifs.
done 5 hammies in a year.
Yeah.
right? And Yo has OP, which how
Yeah.
bad OP is. It takes
Yeah.
2 years to recover, and that's if you recover.
Yeah, true.
You're never the same.
True.
So the Eagles need to replace those guys.
I think, and Xavier O'Neill, isn't it? Okay, UFC was on the weekend.
Jorge Masvidal.
Fucking
What
one.
was the reaction of the commentators, Chop? Explain.
Oh my god! Because if we're gonna put this up, we're
Was
gonna put
that
this
the
up.
reaction to that knockout or to the women?
Multiple knockouts.
I think.
no, I
that-
thought that was the knockout.
I think
for
the Rogan,
Masvidal.
that Rogan reaction. I think the one that we posted.
Stop. There
Yeah.
were 2 reactions. They were both for. One was for Rose Namajunas head kick knockout, and the other one was for the Masvidal knockout.
So why did they keep saying? Because it was the same. Because they showed all 3, and they said that was the reaction for the Masvidal knockout.
No, there was multiple.
No,
You just Googled Joe Rogan. What did you honestly expect to come up?
That was probably the first thing I was expecting to come out because he's trending for this right now.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Number 1 listened to podcast in the world.
funniest fucking thing.
And
in
you
the
just
world.
type Joe Rogan in.
just Google.
First,
Yeah.
here we go. So, here we go.
UFC.
Christmas.
Shut up. So the first one, I think it's the Rose Namajunas knockout.
Yeah, number Eunice. Checks out. You got that right.
Yeah.
Well, turn it down to the ads for news. So
We're sponsored.
Masvidal was the champion.
No, Kamar Usman. was the
Usman,
champion.
so retain.
Yeah. Okay.
Chop.
So this is the Usman one.
Wow. See, I don't like when they keep punching when they go down.
No, I needed to.
No, you-
So, bit of background. Masvidal is who they call the Street Jesus. He was in Kimbo Slice backyard brawls back in the day. Had never been flatlined like that in his entire career. Has had like 30
Was that first
pro fights.
round?
Yeah, that was second round.
Did he do the knee last year?
No.
The flying knee that...
Yes, he did the flying knee to knock
What,
out Ben
Masvidal?
Askren.
Yeah.
So here's
Ben Askren
here's
when
one of the
he came to
reactions. This is so funny.
Ben Askren sucks.
Rogan's face is
It's oh my god! It's so good their reaction because
Yeah.
it's so legitimate and real. They're not faking it. That's just how they view it, and it's memes
So
that
what
started.
was that reaction for?
That was for the Masvidal one. There's another one, Rose.
They're all similar.
Save them so I can watch them later.
They're all similar.
I'll send you
We
the
don't need
Rose.
it. See, UFC's cool, but once they drop, I don't like when they get on top of them and
Neither.
start punching them in the head.
You got to make. You got to
Refs
make
have
sure they're
jump
out.
in there much quicker.
Nah,
Every time I
because-
watch it, it's Herb
Yeah,
Dean's
it's
ref.
like it's clear. Like I reckon
He's one of the best.
It should be. So you know how they're on top and then they're laying in 1, 2 max.
Yeah,
you
but-
know they're not coming back from that.
Adam, it happens so fucking quick.
Yeah, that's true.
By the time the ref, because the ref's not standing like here, so for me to Damon to go stop, they're standing about two meters back just so they can get a view. So by the time he got dropped, Kamal Usman's already on top of him, and then you've got to get from here to here, and then say no, and then you've got to check that he's not defending himself and he's out, and then you like push him off.
Yeah.
So you've got limited time.
We're just getting a UFC tutorial here.
limited time to really pick up on that.
Looking at Damon's legs, nobody's taken them down.
Yeah. But arguably, this is a crazy thing. So that was the first ever since COVID had happened. That's the largest crowd in the US for a sporting event.
How many did they have?
15,000. Right, and
We had how many?
and
games, Jack?
78.
Biggest in the world since COVID.
yes, and arguably, this is what all they're saying. All the analysts. This was the greatest UFC card of all time because of all the fights, the actual how the fights went, the knockouts, the upsets, the title changes. They reckon hands down, arguably the best UFC ever. That's the crazy
Did you
thing.
watch Chop?
I watched it, yeah. Me and Jess, because Jess loves the UFC.
So does Hannah.
Where did
So-
you watch it?
On my laptop.
Oh.
It was fucking good to watch, and the fights were good, and just the knockouts and hearing the crowd again at an event like that was fucking amazing.
You missed the crowd.
Miss it for that
It's
type
really
of
hard
stuff.
to watch soccer at the moment because of that.
Yeah.
No crowd.
You don't realise it until you see it.
Yeah. But so Jake Paul going to fight Daniel Cormier or what?
He would not fight Daniel Cormier to
Is
say
that the next thing, is
no,
it?
no.
No.
So this is the funny thing.
Well,
so
Cormier tried to get his name in headlines for me.
no, but he's already in. Cormier's
No,
retired,
I
isn't
get
he?
it, but he's not headline.
He's one of the greatest, eh?
right.
One of the
No,
greatest
but
heavyweights of
I
all
meant,
time.
like,
He's
this was-
double
for
champ.
me, this felt like a bit of just, I want to get a bit of a headline here. Because he attacks Jake Paul in the crowd saying, get your name out of my mouth.
No, well, okay.
That's what he said.
Yeah, no, you're right. Bit of backstory, but like, and this is where I guess UFC fighters have got their feelings a little hurt because Jake Paul's come in and he's flatlined Ben Askren, which, if you know anything about
Slept him.
UFC and mixed martial arts, Ben Askren's not a striker. Real amateur in terms of striking. He's a wrestler, Olympic bronze medalist. So he was never a good striker. His
he's out of
tactic,
shape.
his tactic was
like you got to know.
Yeah,
I was
you
in
gotta
better
know.
shape than Ben Askren.
You got to know. He didn't take it seriously. Unfortunately, Jake Paul's been training for over 2 years now with professionals, and he has been flatlining cunts in training. If you watch his sparring videos, he's obviously got knockout power, and he's got decent technique. He can box. So he's obviously a YouTuber looking for any way he can. And this is the funny thing. You could just see in the crowd. He was just standing there because he knew
Right,
it, but legitimately probably going, oh, fuck, maybe I've stepped over the line here because Cormier's a heavyweight. Cormier's like, I'll fight him. But there's no way it's going to happen because legitimately he will get fucking slaughtered.
Isn't
Who?
his brother fighting
Jake Paul?
Jake Paul will
Mayweather?
get fucking
in a boxing
killed.
ring.
Isn't Logan
In a boxing
fighting-
ring, absolutely. Cormier is a very good boxer. Very, very good boxer. And he's fucking a heavyweight.
But
So
I saw Cormier come out and say, I'm not fighting in boxing. I would fight him MMA.
he'd fight him in anything. It wouldn't make a
He just
difference.
say, I don't want to fight. He's not going to. I would never fight in boxing. I fight him. MMA.
He can't
Sort of
fight him
like-
MMA.
Because MMA is a real fight anyway.
you can't
Cormier's an Olympic fucking wrestler as well. But the fight that is happening is his brother Logan Paul's fighting Mayweather. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Logan Paul is literally four or five weight classes bigger than him.
So Mayweather has to be 160 and Paul has to be 190.
So it's okay. That's where you know this is a joke. It's an exhibition fight. There's going to be some
you
fake
say-
ending.
what would-
It's not going to
if-
be
if
real.
this-
You won't be able to bet on that. I don't think
Okay,
you'd be able to bet on
okay,
that.
If this was real
Mm.
and a 190 was fighting a 160, the caliber of Floyd Mayweather, forget the 190 could be anyone. Mayweather.
So you're talking a proper 190 professional fighting Floyd
Professional,
Mayweather.
but not a headline act, right? But was fighting Mayweather. Would that 190 beat Mayweather?
If the 190 knows boxing and had power, I think you're talking 30 pounds. I think if you get
probably
caught,
better reach.
better reach, you're talking about bigger man in general.
But Mayweather is the best defensive boxer of
Yeah,
all
but
time.
you got his best defensive boxer for people his size. And look, Mayweather's
interesting.
probably arguably, and I would say very close to being the greatest of all time, pound for pound. What he did was amazing. Never been knocked out, never been stopped, never lost. Amazing fighter. If you told me he jumped in there with, say, Roy Jones Jr. in his prime, Roy Jones Jr. will fucking smoke him. Roy, like that's what you got to compare.
Yeah, okay.
So he reckons that, well, Logan Paul, I heard him say that it's just all lining up to eventually he's going to fight his brother. And they'll
Absolutely.
and it'll be the biggest
Abso-fucking-
draw in pay-per-view history. It'll be the
Absolutely.
Shittest fight
biggest, and
ever.
it'll just be two YouTube guys. But
No,
that's what's going to happen.
Because Jake would kill Logan. Jake would kill
Yeah,
him.
I get that. But
Logan's
like,
doesn't
why
have.
would you want to fight your brother?
Do you know how much money?
I get
Mate,
that.
they would make
Okay, hypothetically, Damon
heartbeat. I'd fight Mason at PCR.
for $5,000.
For PCR for
nothing.
Yeah, just a chance to. Smack
We could,
him.
Glenn, listening to this, we could have PCR
Nah,
match.
mate, I got
Nah, fuck. Actually, we're gonna. That's chop. We're gonna make that happen.
no.
Imagine we
Damon
get that
versus Mason.
AGT, and then me and Brucey call
I
the
am
fight.
way past
We call
my
the fight.
I'm way
fuck
past
it.
ever being
We're gonna
able
let
to-
the people speak on this.
All right, Mill, have you got your tips for this week, mate?
Wait, how did you go last week?
How did you?
Completely
This is just
What
great.
were they?
This is great. What do you need?
of paper gone.
It's on the floor.
I got 0 last week. Fuck, I can't remember what they were. Eagles was my like in Geelong.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I know, but it had to
All right,
be
yeah,
roughly.
whatever. Yeah,
And then the other one's Richmond to
you
bounce
had
back.
Adelaide.
And I had Adelaide.
How
Adelaide
much
was
do you?
my love?
Who's your lock?
Richmond.
Ooh.
Which one was your lock?
Against Port Adelaide. I thought they were
No,
Richmond
Richmond,
against
Melbourne.
Melbourne. Yeah, I think it was Richmond.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Richmond.
yeah, but
You were definitely
Richmond.
0-3.
0.
How
mush is
how
back.
much do you want to keep doing this segment?
No,
Because
he has to.
It's killing me. This week, go. My lock. I'm keeping them all head to head because fuck
Yeah,
this.
have to
St Kilda, $1.62.
Against the Hawks.
That's a lock. That's
pay
all
it.
right for
No,
$1.62.
No,
My love is Adelaide, head to head, $1.97.
I'm liking them so far.
My like is the Tigers against Western Bulldogs. They have to bounce back.
No,
It's all right, it's a roughie.
it's Dusty's out, mate.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, fuck it. Stick there. No, they're not,
all right, guys,
they're not going to win. That's not going to help.
we made it. Another episode. A little bit of a longer one for tonight, but we hope you enjoy it.
Enjoy more content.
Subscribe, share, get us out there. We love you guys.
Damon versus Mason. Make it happen.
You've been listening to Any Give and Take. Follow the boys on Instagram and Twitter at Any Give and Take.
You're not a doctor. You're just a curly-headed fuck.
You always say that.